Good morning, welcome back to the channel. It is another beautiful day here in Washington State. It's a bit of a soggy day. Weather's been great lately, and this is kind of a nice contrast to what we've been having. It's rainy and cloudy, and it's supposed to be all day. So I'm in the workspace, and we're not cleaning it today. We're doing a project. It's actually a project that started yesterday. We're refinishing the yak. So let me give you a little backstory here. So I've been noticing lately the kayak isn't moving as good through the water as it used to. It used to be real nice and sleek and slippery and quick in the water, and lately it's just been feeling kind of draggy. I don't know if that's my imagination, but anyways, I decided to take a look at the hole, take a good look at the hole, the bottom of the hole here. Pretty surprised by what I found. It was full of gouges and nicks and dings and anything you can imagine, and didn't really worry me too much because this is a very thick kayak, so I've got a bit of material to play with. But it got me thinking about what if that's slowing the yak down, and it's just not a good look, and it was looking pretty ugly all over the place, so it needed something. So yesterday afternoon I decided to break out the orbital sander and some sanding discs that I had, and knocked all the crap off of the hole. It's smooth, it's pretty, and I finished it with a higher grit afterwards. It might not look any different to you, but it is a lot cleaner and a lot smoother. It's much better. So my plan is to finish sanding this today. This morning I went to the hardware store and picked up some 180 grit, which is what I'm going to finish it at, I think. So I'm going to do the hole again, and then probably early this coming week I'm going to go pick up some stuff to seal the hole and give it a nice glossy finish. Keep all the junk off of it, and it'll be nice and slippery and smooth through the water. So I do not know what I'm going to seal this thing with, what I'm going to finish it with. I'm still doing my research on that. My first thought was polyurethane, but yeah. Anyways, first thing we have to do is build a bit of a workstation for the yak. It's supposed to rain all day, and what I'm doing requires the yak to stay nice and clean and dry. So I'm going to use my existing bench as one end of the stand, and then I'm going to build another stand that comes out to about here probably, that I can put the yak on and have a nice solid work platform at, like, waist height or above, so I'm not bending over all day like I was yesterday. So I got a little bit of pressure treated lumber, some 2x4 that's sitting out there. We got power hooked up. I got to break out my old circular saw, which I'll show you. I recently did some research on it. It's from the early 70s. And then yeah, we'll get to cutting in. I haven't built anything in years besides the occasional target stand, so this is going to be fun. Let's get to it. So I'm going to start by taking some measurements of the yak. I just want to know how wide that is. I know how long it's 10-foot yak, but I know how wide it is because I want to build the stand a little bit wider than it. We'll just do a rough measurement here. We'll call that 30 inches. 30 inches, and we'll do a couple inches on each side to give me a little bit of wiggle room. So okay, that gives me that. Next step, I'm going to bring the lumber in, and alright, let me show you this old circular saw that I've been running for years. So it's an old Craftsman. The box, everything's just ancient, but yeah. It's a pretty old girl. It's heavy too. It's got to be, I don't know, probably 10 pounds, maybe even 15. But it's solid. Old Craftsman. Yeah, it cuts good. Definitely cuts good. It's so heavy. I mean, it kind of cuts straight. But whoever had it before me put this nice little extension cord deal on it, and yeah, it's all right. That's what we're gonna use today. Eye protection always. Might have mentioned it on the channel once or twice. Had a little accident a few years ago working construction involving a nail in my eyeball. So I always wear eye protection now. No shit. Perfect. You're wasting 0 lumber. Alright, so this is the layout. So, legs, cross members, little support in the middle, that's just extra trunk I had. And then 2 uprights here. And then there'll be a cross member up top. And the yak will sit right on there. And it'll be up here at waist height, so yeah, I'm going to be using, so I've got some Torx T25, kind of a really common size. I guess you just call this a basic construction screw, but we got those. Then we got some like specialized decking screws, are a little bit shorter. So, all right, let's get to it. Oh, my knees, my knees. Hoi! Upright number 2. Alright, I got one more piece to just go on the top and then it'll be done, and then we can get started on sanding. Yeah, I haven't built anything in a while. It was fun. I was drawing up a little plan last night, late last night, and yeah, it triggered some memories, some good memories. So, all right, I'm out of wood. Well, not really. I've got a couple of these spare pieces laying around here that should do fine. Yeah, pretty rough construction. Just running construction screws through wood. I mean, just yeah. This whole project, the yak and this stand and everything. Trying to do it on a budget with most of what I have laying around the property. The fasteners, I've had this bucket of fasteners forever. I've got fasteners coming out of my ears, honestly. The wood was just laying around out there, some pressure treated 2x4. Most of the sanding pads I already had an orbital sander. Yeah, I think the most expensive part of this whole thing is going to be whatever I seal and coat the yak with to finish it. So, yeah. Alright, I'm going to get a top piece measured and cut and then put on here, and then we will get the yak all set up and everything like that. So. Got my big light out here for this project for filming purposes and so I can see with my own eyes. I like the way this thing's coming along. Yeah. That's not bad, dude. I gotta move some stuff over to the left, but excuse my neighbor's dogs. Yeah, this is gonna work good, I think. It's like the perfect height too. Yeah, this is gonna work well. I'm really, yeah, it's not going anywhere. Okay. Alright, so I got a little ahead of myself and I didn't turn the camera on. I got some things reorganized so I have access all around the yak. And I sanded the right side upper hole. But I'm going to have to go back to the hardware store probably tomorrow and pick up some 220 because I got 180. I started at 60 to get the big stuff out, went to 150. I thought 180 was going to be good enough. I thought 180 was going to be fine enough for what I'm doing, but it's not. I'm still going to work over the whole yak with 180, and then we'll finish it at 220 at a later. Then we'll finish it at 220. Yeah, I got the light moved over to this side. I'm going to move on over to the other side of the yak, and we'll get going on it. Alright, other side's done. It's time for a lunch break. We'll get back to this later on. Hey guys, it is actually the next afternoon as I'm filming this. Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, I haven't done any further work to the yak. I've kind of shelved that project till Sunday. There's a reason why. So yeah, this is going to turn into a two-part video for the yak restoration. I'm going to wrap this up just by telling you guys sort of what the next video you're going to see is, because it's not going to be the part 2 immediately. So yeah, as I might have mentioned in past videos, a lot of the rivers and creeks here in Washington, western Washington that is, are opening up this Saturday, which is the Saturday before Memorial Day. We're coming up on Memorial Day weekend, so it's going to be a busy one. But yeah, there's a river I fish out in the Tuhui area that I've fished on the opener for the past like 3 or 4 years. And I'm going to be out there fishing this Saturday the same. So the only thing different this year is that I went ahead and got a campsite at a private campground that's actually on the river that I'm fishing. It's supposed to be a really rad campground, some cool little features. Obviously it's right on the river that I'm going to be fishing, so I can wake up and walk straight to the river and just start wading my way up the river. It's going to be awesome. It wasn't too expensive. It was $26 a night, which is cheaper than what you pay at a shitty state park here in Washington State, which is sad, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'll be tent camping out there Friday night, and then Saturday morning I'm going to be fishing the river. So it's hopefully, knock on wood, fingers crossed, everything works out. Hopefully it's going to be a fun little adventure. So I'm probably going to get out there midday on Friday afternoon. I can't check in on my campsite till 3, so I'm going to get out of the beach. Dewatto Bay is like right down the road, literally, and they've got some cool beaches, some cool public beaches down there that are kind of, there's a public shell beach out there that's not too well known. So I'm going to go check that out. Spend some time down there, kill time till 3, check into my campsite. I got a good dinner planned. You'll have to stay tuned for that. And then the next morning I'm going to roll out to the river and you know, fish it on opener, which I've been doing. Target species is coastal cutthroat trout. They fight really hard and they tend to get pretty decent sized in this little river. I've had some good luck on opener in the past, so I'm pretty sure I saw a steelhead in that river last year. It's not unheard of for them to turn up in that system, so that'd be cool if we could accidentally hook into a steelhead. I've been wanting to get one of those for years now, so it should be a fun adventure. The weather's supposed to be nice. We got a nice dinner planned for once. I got to do a bunch of prep this afternoon. I got to go out there and split some firewood, get that ready and everything like that. But anyways, I kind of want to keep this wrap up as short as possible. It should be fun. It should be a fun adventure I'm going to bring you guys along with for Friday night and then Saturday morning. So Sunday we will get back to the yak and hopefully wrap it up Sunday or Monday afternoon. Alright, next time you guys see me, I will probably be rolling out to the Dewatto area on Friday afternoon, and then we'll start our adventure there. Thanks guys, thanks for the continued support in the channel and staying tuned and stuff like that. Alright guys, I'll see you Friday afternoon. Should be a good time.